Hello.
Yes.
Okay, much better. You sound like you. Sue, are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Sue, where are you from?
Hsinchu.
Okay, I will talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay, are you a junior high or a high school student?
High school.
Which high school?
Chenggang.
Junior high.
Yes.
So not high school, junior high.
Yes, junior high.
Okay, so right now, everyone, this morning, we did something like this, okay? I want you to think about this right now, but this is for senior high, right? We are gonna do senior high. Okay. I want you to do it today. Right now, Ryan, can you help me? Sorry. Wait a minute. Let me, close everything so I can talk to you. Now, do we have X over there? X, are you there? No? Okay. So right now, Ryan, can I ask you a question?
Yes. Yes.
Before we start, I want to ask you a question about this one. Okay, I want to ask you about this one. What is thinking? And why do we need to think? I want you to tell me. Do you know what is this?
Critical thinking.
Yeah, what is critical thinking? What is critical thinking? Yeah, what is critical thinking? Do you know what is critical thinking? Yeah, what does it mean? When do we have critical thinking?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know? Sue, what is critical thinking?
Critical thinking.
Yes. What is thinking?
想法，思考。
Very good, but what is thinking?
Thinking.
Now tell me, when I say thinking, what comes to your mind? If I say the word thinking. Because critical thinking is what we high school will teach. So you are going to be a high school student, right?
Yes.
Sue, how old are you?
14.
14.
Yes.
Are you going to be a high school student?
Yes.
So do you have this one, critical thinking? That will be this one right now. I will demonstrate that for you. Okay, do you have this right now?
I don't know.
Do you know what is this? Critical thinking, what is this? So if you don't know, I'm going to teach you today. What is critical thinking? I want you to think about something right here. Number one, help me read it.
Why? Why?
Always ask questions.
Yes.
So for example, why? And then the second question,
What?
Ryan, what? Ryan, can you help me read it?
Where?
Or next, go.
Who?
The next one.
When?
The next one.
How?
Why? What? Where? Who? When? How? You start with asking questions. So let me give you an article. So I want you to ask questions, okay? I want you to ask questions. Hello, Zheng Hong. Zheng Hong. Zheng Hong, say something later. Hello. We are going to do critical thinking, 批判思考. I want you to learn to ask questions. 问问题 ask questions. Okay, ask questions. Got it? So right now, I want you to learn to ask questions. So right now, I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna give you this one. Bloom's taxonomy questions. Okay? And I want you to think about some questions by asking this, because I want you to start and think about some critical thinking questions, okay? Okay, this one, let me give you an article. The first kind of question is this one. Can you see that? Yes or no? Zheng Hong, can you see that?
See what?
The questions.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So what question? If this is a very simple question, can you help me read it? Go.
Who, where, which one, what, how, why, how much, how many, when.
Go on.
What does it mean?
Go.
What happened after?
Go.
What is the best one?
Go.
Can you name all the?
Go.
Who spoke to?
Go.
Which is true or false?
So right now, remember the questions right now. 记住这些问题哦. Now, let me show you something. For constantly, I will show you a textbook. And then you help me to ask a high school textbook question. This is the lesson called To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay? To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, right now, can you help me read this article? Shu Wei, help me read this article. Go. In the town of, go.
In the town of Macon,
Macon, continue. Bama.
Alabama, in the 1930s, there lived a little girl, Scout Finch, her older brother Jim, and their widowed father.
A well-respected lawyer.
A well-respected lawyer in the community.
Good.
Taught them to be empathetic and just.
Continue.
When Scott was in second grade, Ethics was appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man accused of sexually assaulting.
Good. But I want to ask you a question. Okay? So right now, Ryan, if I want to ask a very simple question for critical thinking, if you read this, 当你在阅读的时候, you want to ask a critical thinking question. So what question will you ask? What question will you ask? Do you remember? 刚刚问的那些问题, do you remember? And then help me ask those questions now. 请帮我设计3个问题 about this text. You will ask. What question will you ask? You can say, who is in the story? That's my question.
What happened in the story?
Anything else? 还有吗? Anything else?
What happened next?
And then next, anything else?
Where does it happen?
And then anything else? So you see, these kind of questions can be very, the questions, are they difficult questions?
No.
They are what kind of questions? They are what kind of questions? Let me show you again. They are what kind of questions here?
Remember.
So they are not difficult, right?
Yes.
They are very, very easy. So basically, do they train your thinking?
No.
Because you can find everything there, right?
Yes.
So right now, I want to ask you the second question. That is the next question. Help me go. Understand? Can you help me?
What does this mean?
What does this mean? Anything else? Sorry. Continue. This one. Continue.
Which are the facts?
Anything else? Go.
State in your own words.
Stay in your own words means say in your own words.
Is this the same as?
Mm-hmm.
Give an example.
Mm-hmm.
Select the best definition.
Mm-hmm.
Condense this paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if?
Mm-hmm.
Explain why.
Mm-hmm.
What expectations are there?
Okay, go. The next one.
Read the graph.
Or go.
What are they saying?
Go.
This represents
Go.
what seems to be.
Okay. Or can you go?
Can you illustrate something?
Can you illustrate means can you explain something? Okay. Can you give an example for this? Go.
Does everyone think in the way that?
Okay. Let's stop here. What does it mean? Which are the facts? State in your words. Okay. So let's try the high school textbook. 这是高中一年级第二册 textbook. It's called To Kill a Mockingbird. So right now, can you say them in your own words right now? 苏伟.
Yes.
Can you say them in your own words? Use your own words to talk about this again. Can you say them again? Use your words.
In 1930s, there is in the town of Macomb, Alabama. The town lived a little girl named Scout Finch and her old brother Jim. And
but Sue, that's too much.
oh,
Too much. So for example, you will say, oh, there are 4 people. There's a family, and they lived in Alabama. Done. Got it?
yes.
Okay. And which word is difficult for you? 郑红. Are you there?
Here.
Yeah. Which word is difficult for you?
Widowed.
Widowed father. So you are asked this kind of question. Can you ask this question now? What's the question?
What does widow mean?
Okay. Or go. Select
the best definition.
or go. This represents.
represents.
Okay, this shows.
This represents.
That means this shows, right? Okay, so tell me. Zheng Hong, I'm not done, sorry. So widowed, can you guess what does that mean? Widowed father. Do we have a mother?
No.
And we got a girl, brother, no mother, but father. So here, What does widow mean?
They don't have the mother.
So yeah, widow means what? The father.
Single.
Okay, single. Okay, good. So you see, you are thinking critically. Very good. Okay, Ryan. Ryan, can you help me read this? Their father, go.
Their father, a well-respected lawyer in the community, taught them to be empathetic and just.
Do you know empathetic?
No.
So you ask what question to understand?
What does this mean?
Or
State in your own words.
or
Select the best definition.
or you can say this one, go. This represents. Okay, so right now, what does it represent? What does it mean?
Their father taught them to be empathetic and just.
So can you guess what does empathetic mean? You don't know the words, and now you ask this question. So what does it mean? What does it mean? What is it most likely? What's the most likely meaning for this?
同情.
Good. Okay. No problem. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. But you use dictionary. You cannot use dictionary. You have to guess. Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
You have to guess. What does it mean? Remember? Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, let's take a look at this. Now, what about the next kind of question? Zhenghong, can you help me read the next question? When you do critical thinking, 批判思考, can you help me read this question? Zhenghong, go. Help me read it. Apply. Can you help me read it?
Apply.
Yeah, what is apply?
Predict what? 附加的.
Apply doesn't 附加 here. Apply means use. Use. Or use what you learned, okay? Okay, so number one.
Yeah.
So predict what will what? Predict what would what? Help me read it.
Predict what will happen if.
So that
Choose
means
the best statement that apply.
good. Help me. Can you help me go?
Of.
This one.
What will result? Tell what will happen if.
I mean this one. Can you help me read it?
What question would you ask of?
What question would you of? Okay, what questions would you of? Okay, so what questions would you ask of? So right now, apply. Can you help me ask a question here? Now, Sue, can you help me ask a question about this one?
Yes.
Can you help me ask this question? About this. 用刚刚的应用的问题 Can you help me ask a question? If I put it here, and then I put it here, and then I want you to ask a question about this one. Sorry. Can you help me ask? If you want to think critically, 批判思考, you need to ask this question to yourself. You cannot depend on teacher all the time. 你要多问一下这些问题. For example, let me put that right here. Let me put all the things right here so you can see that clearly. Okay. So right now, let's think about some questions. Question 1. Please predict what will happen if, what would happen if, what would happen if, or question 2. What would happen if, okay, and then what would blah, blah, blah do if blah, blah, blah. So based on these questions right now, I want you to apply. 请帮我思考一下 what question will you think of when it comes to 批判思考 question, critical thinking questions, okay? Are you ready? I want you to ask them. Everyone give me a question. Go. So we start with Ryan. And Sue, you are next. Zhenghong, you are next. Can you help me ask the question? Right here. I want you to think critically. 批判思考. Okay? So right now, Ryan, your turn. What's your question?
What would happen if
What would happen if the father died? Do you know my question? Yeah, that's my question, right?
What would happen if the father didn't tell them to be empathetic and just?
Very good. So Zhenghong, answer. Zhenghong.
Yeah.
Did you hear Ryan's question? What would happen if the father didn't teach them to be empathetic and just? What would happen?
Would become bad.
They will become what?
Become bad guy.
Bad guys? Okay. Why? Why do you think? Because they think. Why is that? Very good. You're asking good questions. Very good. But why? Because their father, what kind of family? What kind of his father cares about what? What job does his father do?
Lawyer.
Lawyer. So his father cares about
Justice.
Justice.
Just.
Yeah, got it. Very good. So justice, right? So, okay, now, Zhenghong, your question.
What will happen if their father teach them something bad?
Okay, so that's a good question. Okay, thank you. Sue.
Yes.
Can we continue? Can we continue with the following story? Okay, with the following story right here. Sorry. I want you to read it because I want you to think critically. 批判思考. Okay, because this is a very important ability in high school. That is a reading strategy. 这是一种阅读策略. Okay, can you help me read it? When Scout was in 2nd grade. Go.
When Scout was in 2nd grade, Atticus was appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man accused of sexually assaulting Mayala Ewell.
Yeah, good.
Mayala Ewell Ken. From Malcolm's poorest white family, and her father was a widowed drunkard who wasted all his money on alcohol instead of food from his hungry children. All the other people in Malcolm despised the Ewells. Even so, when people found out that Atticus was the man assigned to serve as the defense lawyer in the sexual assault case, they were on the Ewell's side.
Okay, stop here. Let's stop here. Good. That's a good one. Very good. Your English is good. So right now, let's move on to the next kind of question. The question is here. I want you to go here. Let's think about the questions we will add for critical thinking. Okay, let me download this. Okay, now, what about the next question here? So right now we got apply, 运用. Right now, what's the next question? Go. Can you help me read it? Zheng Hong.
Yes. Analyze.
Analyze. Okay. Let's analyze them together. Okay. Let's ask the question here. Let's ask the question here. Okay. So you can answer them if you got some problem. Okay. I will put them here. So you got some question. Analyze. I want you to analyze something. Okay. Continue. You heard the question. So ask the question now. What is the function, blah, blah, blah? What is fact? What is opinion? Which statement is relevant? What motive is there? What is motive? What is motive? Zheng Hong, can you help me read it? Zheng Hong, what is motive? Motivate. Motive means what? Motivate. Motivate. Motivation. Can you help me read this word? Motive.
Motive.
Very good. So right now we got, okay, good. 冠语. So 冠语, are you there? So 冠语, are you there? If you are there, you can ask me question in the chat box if you got any question, okay? You can ask me any question here, no problem with that, okay? Now, I want you to ask the question and then what is fact? What is opinion? What motive is there? What conclusion? What does the author trust? What does the author assume? What's the point of view of 观点? So right now, let's go to this article. Let's go to this article. The Little Girl and the Wolf. I always like this article. The Little Girl and the Wolf. Because this one is so simple. So right now, look at this, and then I will give you 1 minute. Think about what question will you ask? 你会问什么样的问题呢? About this one. What's the point of view of? What does the author, the writer, believe? 相信什么呢？ What does the author or writer consider? What is the motivation of the wolf, the little Red Riding Hood? It's up to you. Okay, but now it's your turn. 但现在是你要问问题哦。Okay, now I will give you 1 minute. 给大家1分钟。You can think about the questions. "30 seconds. Think about the questions. Don't forget, right now you're thinking about analyzing. 分析的问题 You're doing critical thinking. Okay, now, what's the question you will ask? So Ryan, we start from you. Remember the question here?
What's the point of view of the author?
So what is the point of view of the author? What do you think? What is his point of view? Does he
Do not tease at others.
do
not
not
trick the others.
Okay. Does he like hunters? Do we have hunters in the story?
No.
So does he like hunters?
No.
So why is the hunter not there? Do we have hunter here? Where are the hunters?
It didn't even appear.
Okay, Sue.
Yes.
Why do we not have hunters here? Ryan asked a good question. What is the point of view of the writer? What's the point of view, 观点 of the writer? You are doing critical thinking. 批判思考 in high school. This is super important. Can you help me read the last sentence?
So the little girl took an automatic out of her basket and shot the wolf dead.
And then moral.
Moral, it is not so easy to fool little girls nowadays as it used to be.
So Zhenghong.
Here.
Yeah, what is the author's point of view? Yeah, this is critical thinking. What is his or her point of view? James Thurber's point of view. Do you know the traditional story, The Little Red Cap? Do you know the story? This is the original story. Okay, Zhenghong, can you help me read the original story right here? Okay, So this, sorry, I need a little red riding hood, sorry. Riding hood, okay? And then let's think about what does the original story want to teach us? And then, can we read the last sentence? This is the last sentence. Can we read the last sentence? Go.
All the better to hug you with, my dear.
Go.
Grandmother, what big legs you have. All the better to run with, my child.
And then what about the last two? The last two, go.
Grandmother, what big teeth you have got.
And go.
All the better to eat you up with.
And then go.
And saying these words, this week Wolf fell upon Little Red Riding Hood and ate her all up.
So that means the story is ending. This is the end of the story. So that means, what's the point of view of this writer? The wolf is very
Smart.
And the girl
Fool.
is not so smart, fooled, right? But what about this one, the little red cap? Another story from Grimm's fairy tale, 格林童话. Grimm's fairy tale. Okay, Grimm's fairy tale. What did someone do? Okay, go. Can you help me read it? Go.
Huntsman was just passing by.
And then, I'm not done. And then go. He was
about to end his
rifle. Gun.
Oh, when it
Occurred
to him that the wolf might have eaten the grandmother and
So tell me, in this story, who killed the wolf?
the huntsman.
Okay, the hunter, right? So you see, here, Ryan asked a question, what is the point of view? So what's the point of view of the little red cap? 格林童话. What's the writer's point of view? Two women, the grandmother, the little girl, they are saved by whom?
Hunter.
The hunter is a man or woman?
A man.
Okay, a man. Good. So a man. And Wilson.
Yes.
So Wilson, yeah, you mentioned your name. So Wilson, in the what about in this story? So you see this one. What about James Thurber's story, The Little Girl and the Wolf? Who saved the little girl?
Her grandmother.
Really?
Little girl.
The little girl saved herself. So do you see, what is the writer's point of view?
The little girl is like the hunter. It's very brave.
That means a woman can save him or herself, right?
Yes.
So we call that this one. Can you help me read it, Ryan?
Feminist.
A feminist is a person who supports women's rights. Did you see?
Yes.
Feminists. Okay, 女性主义. But in the other story, the Little Red Riding Hood, what's the point of view? The girl and the grandmother need to be saved by whom?
Hunter.
Hunters are
Men.
That's all. Got it?
Yep.
Okay. Now, so I want you to think. Okay. Now, can we move on to the next question? Go. Can we have any other question now? Ryan, can you help me read the next one?
Evaluate.
For example, find the
errors.
or go.
Is there a better solution to
blah 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 or
judge the value of, or
or
what
next one.
do you think about? And can you defend your position about?
And then the last one is, do you think?
Do you think is a good or bad thing?
So I'll put them right here. I'll put them right here. Now, help me think about the question again. 帮我再想一个问题。Help me think about the question. So right now you are very good. You're doing critical thinking. Everyone, you're so good. Help me think about the question. Help me think about the question. Find the errors. Find the mistakes. About what? Okay? Got it? I will give you 30 seconds. Help me think about the question for the little girl and the wolf. The little girl and the wolf. Think about the question here. Okay. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we start with Wilson. What's your question?
What's the error of the story? Of this story?
So, Wilson, what's the error of the story? What's the error, 错误 in the story?
The hunters must to save the little girl and the grandmother to kill the wolf.
So you think so? You think that's a mistake? You think that's a mistake?
Yes.
There's no hunter. So you still want a man to be here. This is my question. You want a man to be here, or you think women can save themselves?
Hunters.
You think hunters? You must
Yes.
have hunters. So girls cannot save themselves.
They can, but I think boy can do better than girls.
Be careful what you say, okay? Wilson, be careful, okay? Actually, women can do them by themselves, okay? Sometimes women can save you, okay? Save your life, including your mother, 包括你的妈妈, your grandmother, okay? Please be careful, okay? Now, Ryan, what's your question?
Is the girl should the wolf dead a good thing or bad thing?
So do you think that's a good thing or bad thing?
Yes.
Good thing or bad thing?
Good thing.
Why? That's good. I love it. Why?
Because the girl can solve the problem by herself.
That's good. Zhenghong,
Here,
is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it
The
is
wolf
a
is trying to eat the girl. Is it a good thing or the bad thing?
bad thing.
You think that's a bad thing? But the wolf, why does the wolf want to eat a girl?
Hungry.
Yeah, why is he hungry? This is what? Mother Nature, 大自然, right?
Yeah.
They're hungry, they eat something. That makes sense. But it looks like here, the wolf is like a... What is the wolf like?
Robber.
A robber or bad guy. Why does the writer create the wolf like a bad guy? Don't you feel that's strange? Don't you feel that's strange? Now we are doing critical thinking. Ryan, do you think it is strange that the wolf is a bad guy?
No.
Why? Why not? Why is it not a bad guy? Why is it strange? Why is it not strange?
Because lots of stories make the wolf character is just a bad guy.
So do you think that's good?
Maybe not.
So you think differently, right? Do you know that? Yeah. Did you hear this story before? Okay, so we got 3 pigs, bad pigs, and good wolf, this story.
No.
Yeah. Or the 3 little wolves and the big bad pig. Did you hear that before?
No.
So you see, somebody says something for whom? For whom? Wolves, right?
Yes.
Why are wolves always bad? And this one. Can you help me read it? Go.
The true story of the 3 little pigs.
So are you sure wolves are always bad?
Maybe not.
Okay. So tell me the last question. Here is the last question. I want you to think about here. So help me. Go.
Can you see a possible solution to save the wolf?
So right now, Wilson, what do you? Sorry, not Wilson. Zhenghong.
Here.
Now we are moving on to the last question before we say goodbye. That is what? 在做批判思考. The last one is the most important one. Help me read it. Go.
Create.
That's right. So help me. Can you see?
Can you see a possible solution to saving the wolf?
So how do you save the wolf? A wolf should not be bad. He is hungry. So what should he do?
Share the food with the wolf.
Who?
Little girl share the food.
Okay. But what about you? What do you think, Wilson?
Yes.
What do you think? What's a better solution? What's a better solution to saving the wolf? So the wolf will not try to eat, the little Red Riding Hood. Ryan, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? What's a possible solution? I want. Yeah, go ahead.
write a story and make the character of the wolf good.
Okay, make the character, the big bad wolf, a good wolf, right?
Yes.
But you see, if you say something good for the wolf, is it a fact or is it an opinion?
Opinion.
That's right. So don't forget, all the stories are not real stories. Got it?
Yes.
We are doing what? Critical.
Thinking.
We are doing critical thinking. So today we use this. Number 1, remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, create. We want to create some questions for our reading, 阅读策略. We don't want to buy everything that is in the reading. Okay? And that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And tomorrow, my class is the last classes for 酷课云。酷课云的停课不停学，就明天就是最后一节咯。And then that will be in the afternoon from 1 to 3.
他们只有说明天最后一节，他没再继续排。他没有再继续排。没有，他就说明天
10th
最后一
grade
节。
and 11th grade. If you want to, 如果你还想要他们继续拍的话 you can ask them whether they can continue. You can tell them, okay? Okay? But it looks like you don't want to, right? Ryan, do you want it to continue? I don't think so.
Yes, I want.
Are you sure? You work too much, right? Or you think that's okay?
That's okay.
Okay, we will figure that out. No worries, okay? And that's all for today. Say goodbye to me, Ryan. Bye-bye. Yeah,
Bye.
Zhenghong, bye-bye.
Bye.
Ryan, bye-bye. Bye-bye. And Wilson, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
X, bye-bye. 酷课云，拜拜。
拜拜。
拜拜。酷课云，拜拜。Thank you. Education 董，拜拜。